All the controversy surrounding this Assassin's Creed game I find to be completely and totally hilarious. It is giving it more publicity than an Assassin's Creed game has had for a very, very long time, and we're, what, 4 or 5 months removed from the release of this crap, and we still manage to find every couple of days a new bout of controversy. Is great, is absolutely hilarious. So, Japanese pop song Why Yasuke mocks Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows for featuring Yasuke taking liberties with Japanese history and more. And it is now, at this point in time, eclipsed over 1 million plays. So yeah, the Japanese people, signing petitions, mocking the stuff ruthlessly, ratioing every Japanese version of the marketing of this. Yeah, kind of lets you know that the Japanese aren't really down for cultural appropriation. Sorry, Ubisoft, for your colonialist efforts, but your colonization ain't welcome here. Japanese pop song titled Why Yasuke mocks Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows for feature Yasuke, that's kind of clunky, as one of the game's main protagonists, as well as taking liberties with Japanese history. Okay, the song, which was released on July 6th, has already obtained over 912,000 views. And at this point in time, it's over 1 million, so shout out for that. Based on English captions of the video on YouTube, the lyric from the song state, "Isn't that Yasuke?" Even though it's Assassin's Creed, the main samurai character is Yasuke. Assassin's Creed didn't show a real person. For the first time, it's being staged in Japan. We are Ubi Sunshine, okay? It continues. What will we do? Japan's history is deep, difficulty in research, and here comes some sweet baby, according to them. The future of gaming, colored people are a must need. So they thought about any historical improvement and see what sticks. The samurai Nobunaga, Eichi, and comes along Yasuke. Yeah, why tell the story about, actual historical samurai? You could take the Neo route, but you decided to take the Hood route. This is the only way. Everyone thought. Do your best to prove the history. Do your best, the guys who knows Japan. Do your best, the guys who know who made Shadows. I'm not going to continue to read all of the lyrics, but obviously, man, it's hit a chord. 1 million views on YouTube alone, and continues to drive the conversation that, this at one point in time, historically relevant homage that Assassin's Creed would pay to their respective settings, like Assassin's Creed 1 set during the Crusades, where, obviously, there's no proof that Altair was running around out there shanking historical figures, but it at least had the appropriate people in the appropriate place. Same with Ezio running into, the Borgias, okay, Leonardo da Vinci, the appropriate people in the appropriate time. Can't speak to much else after that. Well, Assassin's Creed 3, right? You had the founding fathers out there in the colonial Americas. You didn't need to have everything reflect a textbook. All you needed is the appropriate winks and nods, and everybody's fine with that. Everybody playing the role that they historically did. And that's all great. It's just trying to take a fringe historical character, blow him up into something that he clearly isn't. That's what people are taking an umbrage to. Not the fact that he's black. It's the fact that this is a long requested location. And what did you end up doing? Cherry picking something that would end up fitting your ideology. Ubisoft, man, never ever change. Perhaps they will, because, it's going from mockery, right? Now it could end up being a government affair. What's going on here? Okay, Ubisoft breaking the law with Assassin's Creed Shadows? Backlash from Japanese players prompts a national politician to investigate cultural theft of Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is hilarious. A Japanese politician is investigating the players within his country's leveled complaints of cultural theft against Ubisoft's upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows. Politician in question, Satoshi Hamada, member of the House of Councilors, the upper house of the Japanese National Diet. Okay, cool. One of the two members of the Independent Party to Protect the People from NHK, a party whose platform is built on opposing the government broadcaster's TV, all but mandatory licensing fees, and whose membership has fallen apart following a recent leadership dispute. Hamada has recently joined the ranks of many Japanese nationals who have found themselves outraged over the numerous historical inaccuracies presented by Ubisoft's upcoming game. Oh, wow, and here I was thinking that this was just a culture war back and forth. Oh, it's just a bunch of people who should be more concerned about Ubisoft making bad games. No. There are certain aspects of the culture war stuff is very pertinent to this, because this is having real-world consequences. On July 11th, Hamada retweeted a post from fellow Japanese ex-users summarizing the various issues local players had with Assassin's Creed Shadows presentation, such as how some of the buildings it features Chinese instead of Japanese architecture, or how a lowly servant can be seen sitting at the same level as Oda Nobunaga himself. Alongside his retweet, the politician made a request for opinions to the general public, as machine translated, obviously, informing them, "We have received a consultation regarding the alterations of Japanese history by a French game company." French-Canadian. Okay, it's actually, French is French at the end of the day. Both equally as insufferable. We share the consultation below with images. We have also quoted a post that we believe points out the problems with the game in question. We would be happy to receive any comments and suggestions, including specific requests. Further, Hamada shared a list of related concerns that had already been brought to his attention, in which addition to the above points also made note of the possibility of Yasuke's prominence in the game's plot could lead to the misconception that he has a bigger role in Japanese history than he actually did. Less than 24 hours later, Hamada shared an update, writing, "Thank you for the many comments about the new Assassin's Creed series of games set in Japan. In relation to the above, we received a consultation from another person about cultural theft and cultural invasion regarding Yasuke, a black man who served Nobunaga Oda. I will share the content of the consultation with you." From there, Hamada proceeded to share 2 tweets worth of images showing feedback he had received from Japanese citizens regarding the game. Therein, one of the most common complaints was the perceived cultural theft of Yasuke, or perhaps it would be better to call cultural invasion. To this end, some even brought up the ongoing war surrounding Yasuke's various Wikipedia pages. Oh, okay, which continues to see various parties attempting to claim the African visitor was a full and true samurai rather than a lesser but still respected retainer he actually was. One user even bemoaned, "I've been fighting as an ordinary person, but the situation has grown so large that it may become an international issue." Well, technically speaking. Another user raised the topic of a Nihon University College of Law in Tokyo Associate Professor Thomas Lockley's African Samurai, the true story of Yasuke, a legendary black warrior in feudal Japan, itself the main source of Yasuke's false interpretation as a samurai, and accused its conclusion as being based on his own imagination. Even those who generally approved of diversity and inclusion initiatives found themselves unhappy with Ubisoft, with one individual telling Hamada, "In recent drastic movements are good in nature, but they are excessive in their emphasis on Asian people and unnatural favoritism for black people." Oh, you love to see all the DEI finally washing up on lesser, or rather, not so politically correct shores. Okay. Further complaints include Japan's own government. The Bureau of Justice has been hijacked by a woman who is a poly-college activist. Okay. With some depicting a grisly beheading and how lies may become a fact outside of Japan. Some users compared it to the comfort women, okay, which the Japanese government has apologized for on multiple occasions. One still praised how Assassin's Creed uses a good game series. We got to check that one for a minute, because the source apparently isn't accurate. That was historically accurate. Oh, but it used to be a good game series. Oh, okay, cool. I just need to check my reading comprehension. Following his sharing of these responses, Hamada proceeded to provide even more insight into the public's opinion on the matter by retweeting several responses made to his X post. Twitter users said, "Since they seem to be saying that it is historical fact, we should make them clearly state that it is fiction and admit that Ubisoft is at fault for the content." Yeah, exactly. In addition, the production company has refused to accept any protests, and the X account of the Japanese branch finally apologized for one clear copyright violation, which we just recently talked about, them just stealing somebody's banner. Okay. Foreign media has also published articles defending the development and ridiculing the protests. Yes, establishment media, Kotaku, IGN, all of those hacks that are out there. And we believe that these moves rather move to denigrate Japan are as problematic as the game itself. P.S. In addition to more than a dozen other domestic and international works suspected of commercial copyright infringement, the theft of design from national cultural properties was also pointed out. They further declared this historical rewriting is spreading in the web space, and its opponents are accused of racism. We would like to add that even without the Yasuke issue, this media art is very damaging to Japanese culture. Exactly, man, because they're out there, okay? They're using the veneer of historical accuracy, letting you know that, hey, this is set in feudal Japan, okay? There are a lot of other hallmarks that would go ahead and let you to believe that we are telling a historical story, and hey, take a look at this other historical figure that you might not have heard of before. His name is Yasuke. He's going to be in a couple of textbooks that you see right out there, and it's about goddamn time somebody put some respect on his name. But now that the Japanese are out there fact-checking him, going, Ubisoft, you better check your notes one more time. Good luck trying to make the accusations of racism stick, because they aren't, and you're going to end up in front of a Japanese court if you don't end up playing your cards right. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.